Blitz on 2 starts now.
Yes, it does. Good evening. Welcome into the Week 8 edition of the Blitz on 2. The biggest regular season game left on the schedule was played tonight in Flourtown as 6-1 Ashley Ridge made the 6-mile trek to John McKissick Field to take on 7-0 Somerville. Here we go. Winner moves to 3-0 in the region and a leg up for the region crown. AR receives the opening kickoff. They proceed to march down the field. Trevor Kalis swings it off to Bam DeWeese. He makes the defender miss before he is pushed out of bounds. Later in the drive, Kalis, little play action, finds the #1 stunner. One more time, Bam finds pay dirt, extends the ball over the goal line. Foxes lead 7-0. That lead lasts all of one play. Javen Williams off left tackle, and he says, peace to the defense. He hits his head on the goalpost. 7-all, just like that. AR second drive. DeWeese on the little pop pass, a big gain down the AR sideline before he is walloped out of bounds. A late hit is called. Tack on 15 more yards. Later, Jaden Acosta gets loose, bursts through the hole, out of bounds inside the Green Wave red zone. AR, their offense was clicking early on this evening. Then later in the drive, Bam DeWeese in the Wildcat formation. He goes off left tackle. Give him 6. AR goes back in front. They lead 14-7. Somerville and Jaden Cummings try to respond on their second drive. They go for it on 4th and long inside AR territory. Cummings tries to do it with his legs. He is marked just short on the QB keeper. We go to your final score. How about this? Game goes to double overtime. A shame I had to come back to read the highlights in studio. Somerville survives. They go to 8-0 by a point, 49-48. Sean Lorenzano and Fort D trying to get to 2-1 in region play, take on J.I. Waiting seconds of the first half. J.I. up 10-zip, make that 17-zip. Big bank tank. Scott rumbles in from the 2. Trojans up big at the break. Second half, Kermani Durant keeps the legs churning up the middle. Takes 5 to 6 Trojan defenders to get him down. From there, handoff to guess who? Ryan Campbell. He finds an opening, and he is as good as gone. Good. Touchdown, Campbell. That makes it 17-7. Fort D trying to come back in this contest. Later in the third, after Gray Dangerfield, he misses a field goal. He atones for one right here. This time from 40 yards, sneaks it into the uprights. That pushes the lead to 27. Looky here. J.I., it's been a couple weeks. You know they win over Fort D. A big win for the Trojans, 26-7. Your final score. West Ashley taking on Stall this evening. Wildcats big winners on senior night. Wildcats 63, Stall 0. We keep on moving in Class 5A, but move down to Region 7 with last week's road win over Berkeley. Goose Creek moved to 2-0 in the region, and they won the WOW in the process to Charles B. Gibson Stadium. Roll your pant legs up. The Creeks are rising. Gators hosting Lucy Beckham. First quarter, Kamani Clary deep to his main man, 5 alive. Jalen Grant hauls it in. Touchdown Gators. They lead 7-0. Later, Clary decides to take off with his legs. One of the better dual threat quarterbacks in the area. Kamani Clary down the sideline, picks up a first down. Nicely done, 3. That leads to this, a little chip shot field goal. Speaking of 3, that is good for 3 as the Gators increase their lead by 3. Tough sledding for the Lucy Beckham offense in the first quarter this evening. Chalmers Ballard rolls out, finds his man right there for a first down, but not much going for Lucy Beckham this evening. As we go to your final score, Goose Creek keeps it rolling in region play. They win 31-7 over Lucy Beckham. Berkeley lost to Goose Creek last week, traveling to Mount P tonight. Who let Staggy on the field? Stags wasting little time. Henry Rivers airs it out to Kevin Boone. He hauls it in. Then Boone does the rest. Whoop! He has reservations for 6. The CSU commit makes it 6-0. Later in the first, Berkeley adds to their lead with a little field goal of their own. It is up. It is good after Henry Rivers had a TD called back. That makes it 9-0 Berkeley. Warriors trying to answer. Harris Stone, a pass over the middle to David Bernard. The big man hauls it in. Nice catch. And then he makes a man miss. Then he picks up a few yards after the catch. We go now to the second quarter. Stone going to the air one more time, but he is picked off by Jehovah Williams. H to the Izzo, B to the Izzy. Hove takes it back for the pick six. How about that? Berkeley, they lead 15-0. Stags, they're not done in the first half. Later, Rivers a handoff to Braylon Cooper. Cooper doing it to the pride of the east of the Cooper. He gets loose, and it's a house call for Braylon. Touchdown 21, makes it 22-0. Thanks to Eric Lodge for texting me back about a final score as we go to the scoreboard. Berkeley, a big winner tonight in Mount Pleasant, 45-12. Elsewhere in Region 7, Game Bay hosting Stratford. Opening kickoff. Watch this right here. Jamari Blandon fields it at maybe I guess we'll go 5-10. Then watch as Blandon follows his blocks, gets free, stays, makes the man miss, stays in bound. Watch this. He tiptoes the sideline. Blandon is good God. How about that? What a way to start for Cane Bay. They lead 7-0. Jakin Davis and the Stratford O trying to respond. Jakin, as he's done all year, calls his own number, tries to find somebody to throw to, can't, makes a few man miss. Then Jakin rumbles inside the Cane Bay 15, maybe around the 10-yard line. Later, Davis calls his own number. He scoots in. That ties us up at 7. Next drive, Davis throws it out in the flats to Kerwin Squire, one of the best names, one of the best games in the Lowcountry. Squire hauls it in, then Kerwin. Ooh, nicely done, a little tip drill to himself. Kerwin rumbles into Cane Bay red zone. But later, Davis airing it out, trying to take the lead. Have yourself a game, Mr. Blandon. He picks off the tip drill in the end zone for the touchback. Then Cane Bay turns that into this. Coron Hoop with a long touchdown run off the option. He, number 0, rumbles in for 6. How about this? Cane Bay, they've kind of struggled all year, but for whatever reason, they always have Stratford's number. We go to your final score. How about this? Cane Bay, they get their first win of the year, and they knock off Stratford 28-14, your final score. We are just getting started on the Blitz on 2. When we come back, we head down to Beaufort County, BE, Colleton County, Oceanside, all on the road this evening. Who came back to town with a win? Find out when we roll on next. And welcome back into the Blitz on 2. Bishop England has been one of the feel-good stories through Week 7 with how well they've played under first-year head coach Logan Hall. They took it on the chin last week against May River, trying to respond tonight against Beaufort. To Beaufort we go. I apologize, didn't get a shot sheet till late. Not sure the score or the time in the game. Quinn Mahoney to Zach Balog for a decent gain right here for the Bishops to pick up a first down. That drive would stall. Beaufort now on offense. Caleb Steffen, first down, moves the chains. Nicely done by the Beaufort wide receiver. Then later in the drive, Elias Johnson breaks off a big gain on the ground down the BE sideline before he is finally knocked out of bounds by Balog. BE lost last week, but look how they responded tonight. How about this? Nicely done, Bishops. They win 31-14. Elsewhere, let's head out to Bluffton where they take on Colleton County. We start here in the second quarter. 1 minute to halftime. Cougars having possession as a handoff to the running back who is knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down. Next, we'll see another handoff, this time to another running back, but he is gobbled up for a loss by the Bluffton defense. It's going kind of back and forth on the run. We get a good gain by the, I guess still Colleton County has the rock right there. The last score that we saw was 7-3. If you have an update, please let us know by the end of the broadcast. But the last score that we saw in the third quarter, Bluffton had 7, Colleton County 3. Oceanside on the road tonight, also in Beaufort at Battery Creek. First quarter scoreless, Aiden Monavian, a bubble screen to Will Virgilio. Will I Am does the rest for a McDonald's Sweet Tea touchdown. At least that's what they said on the broadcast. Battery Creek trying to respond in the OCA red zone. QB airs it out, picked off by Jack White. Feel like we should be playing some Seven Nation Army. Jack White, white stripes. Anyway, nice return by White to midfield. Ensuing drive, Land Sharks inside the Dolphin red zone. Monavian can't find an open man, decides to tech and run, calls his own number. He dials up 6, Monavian doubles the lead to 14. Second quarter, we go. Hand off to James O'Connor. Big game. James won't be denied. Gets in for the third score of the contest. OCA, big winners tonight at Battery Creek. 49-0, your final score. Philip Simmons hosting ACMAG up big when we got there this evening, as you see right there. Campbell Stoska and the ACMAG offense trying to get something on O. He rolls out, heaves one deep, hauled in by Tyler Perez. Nicely done inside the Iron Horse 5-yard line. From there, handoff to Donovan Hamilton. No relation to Alexander. Donovan gets in as ACMAG gets on the board. Philip Simmons trying to do something from there. The second teamers in late in the contest. Nice gain, nice first down from Philip Simmons. That sets up a little chip shot field goal. It's up, and it is good. Philip Simmons goes on to win big this evening, 52-7, your final score. To the Skeezer ranks, Hammond has won, I believe, 7 state titles in a row. Northwood trying to knock them off this evening. These two meet again for state in a couple weeks. Hammond up 7-0 in the second quarter this evening. Northwood trying to get the ball out of their own end zone, but it is blocked. Skyhawks recover in great field position right there off the block punt. From there, Turner to Haltwanger in the end zone. He hauls it in. Nice catch by the Hammond wide receiver as they go up 13-0. Nothing doing for the NA offense this evening as the running back is gobbled up by the Skyhawk defense. Ross would come on later in the contest to boot a field goal as Hammond goes up 16-0, and they go on to win by that final score. Skyhawks 16, Chargers nothing. Elsewhere, senior night at First Baptist. Canes hosting Clear Dot Charter out of Columbia. FBS first drive. Handoff to Marique Gibbs. Gibbs gets loose off right tackle. A big gain down inside back territory. Nicely done by Marique. Later, end around to Trent Medlin. Trent finally tripped up inside the Clear Dot 5. Follows his blocks. Gets down right there. Almost gets in. Almost kind of rolls in. Coach Birch calls Tripp's number to finish the drive. He gets into the end zone, plows his way in. Hurricanes lead 7-0. Later in the first quarter, handoff to Gibbs, their bell cow one more time. Watch him fight for a hard-nosed first down, bouncing off tackles to move the chains. Check that. Gibbs gets the call another time, finishes what he started on the drive off left tackle. Whoop, makes a man miss. Then he gets in for the score. Nicely done, Marique Gibbs, one of the best Skeezer running backs in the Lowcountry. Marique makes it 14-2. First Baptist goes on to win on senior night 48-8, 41-8, your final score. To Horry County, Waccamaw trailing Aner 22-14. Here come the Warriors. Andre Great on the QB keeper from 1 yard out, and Waccamaw cuts the lead to 22-20. They decide to go for 2 right before half, and Zarion Skinner able to crack the end zone. We are tied at 22 going into halftime. Warriors get good field position to open the third. Skinner breaks off a huge run inside the Blue Jackets 20, but then he fumbles. However, the ball goes out of bounds. Woo! Lucky there for Mr. Skinner. That sets up this. A rare pass from the Waccamaw offense, I am told. Great. Rolls right. He has a receiver wide open in the back of the end zone. Waccamaw goes up 29-2. Then Aner returns the favor with a long drive, 17 plays, capped off by Matthew Kirby, 1 yard touchdown. They add a 2-point conversion and go up 30-29. However, how about this? Waccamaw gets the last laugh tonight in Aner. Warriors win 38-30. And we're not done with the Blitz on 2. A few more scores, and also we go back to our play of the night. Who comes in with the top play? Find out next. And a few more scores to show you this evening. Orangeburg-Wilkinson comes down to District 4 Stadium. They beat North Charleston 2015. A good win for Timberland. They go on the road to Andrews tonight, win by 7. Wolves 21, Jackets 14. Elsewhere, Loris blanks Georgetown tonight. The Lions are having a great year. Loris 52, Georgetown 0. Carvers Bay blanks Hemingway as well. Bears 68-0. We go back to Cane Bay for our play of the night. How about this? Opening kickoff fielded by Jamari Blandon. He feels it maybe around the 5. I'll have to reach out to Coach Zaire. Bursts through the hole, breaks off a tackle, then watch this. He tiptoes, stays in bounds. Nicely done, Jamari Blandon. He ends up scoring the opening kickoff. He also had an interception off Jakin Davis. Congratulations, Jamari Blandon, our play of the night. Clemson and UVA play tomorrow. It'll be homecoming for one of the former Tigers, this time as a visitor. As James Island and Clemson alum Tony Elliott will return to Death Valley as his Virginia Cavaliers come to town. Elliott coached under Dabo for over a decade at Clemson. Sweeney said on Tuesday one of the greatest moments of his career was offering Tony a job back in 2011. Elliott thinks of Dabo like a father figure as the two share a special relationship. And we'll have more from Clemson, Virginia. Also, South Carolina goes on the road to Oklahoma. Citadel has VMI. Coastal, they played Louisiana. Then SC State is at home as well. CSU has, I think, SEMO. That is Southeast Missouri. I'll have you covered tomorrow at 6 and 11. The Stingrays, their home opener tomorrow night, 6:05. I'm kind of out of breath. Thanks for watching. Sam, Yasmin, I appreciate you helping me out. We'll see you next Friday for the Blitz on 2.